probably. All right. Hello everyone. My name is Rendia, and uh, with as a host here, and with my guest Adil. So he will. So from the title, he said he want to tell us about his startup, his new startup. Okay, Adil, can you explain what it is? What is this startup, and what does it do?
Okay, so this startup is a donation platform where the donor can help job seekers by giving them work and salary. But the difference in here is the donor might doesn't need might not need the value of the job seeker's work. They just want the job seeker to work and to help them, give them courage by giving them work. I think that's it.
Hmm, that's interesting. Can you explain a bit more how does it like how the the flow of your platform, please?
Oh, you mean how it work?
Yeah, yeah, basically like in depth, in detail.
Okay.
What's
So the core idea of this platform is what I mentioned earlier.
Mhm.
And about how it work, I think it is more better if I show you the the demonstration video.
Hmm.
Okay, so here, let me open the YouTube video.
All right.
All right, share a screen, and here it is. Wait, let me explain it by myself. Okay, so like any charity platform, there has to be a payment, they have to pay, obviously. And
Hmm.
let me okay. So at first, let's say I'm a donor. Okay. No.
Right.
Let's say Randia is a donor, and
Yeah. Yeah.
Randia know how this app work. And at first, he will write the um the profession that he wants to help in the search bar, along with the
Okay. What?
donation value.
Oh, right. Right. The donation value. Like
What is it?
I already like, is that donation value like I'm going to give them example, for example, that $100,000 rupiah in that?
Yeah, yes. It
All
is
right.
like the minimum donation value to the job
Hmm.
seeker that he will help. Okay. And the secret of this system is in this part. Okay. So the system will look for the most desperate and most um what is suram
The
uh
most miserable.
miserable. Yeah.
Wait, the most desperate? What? All
No,
right.
yeah, desperate and miserable job seekers, uh um depending on the donation value. Okay,
So,
so the
so wait. So hear me out. So basically what you do is after you post the job post in there, so the algorithm will search for the miserable or the most desperate person you can get there
okay
to pick this job. Yeah.
okay so there are job seekers, they register to this platform, they have different condition, and the
Mhm.
system chooses job seeker, put job seeker to some kind of queue, like queue Maybe
But
it
you,
is more better if I use uh, uh, whiteboard. Wait. Okay. So the whiteboard. Yeah. Okay. So let's say job seekers register, have different conditions, and
hmm?
you know there. Let's say this is Q1, Q2. This is one. This two. This is two, right? This is three, and so on. Now, so for job seekers who aren't really desperate or are not desperate, I guess, but maybe it is depending on their condition. More miserable condition, more they will be put in better queue. Okay, so for job seekers who aren't really miserable, they will put on this queue, and the most miserable job seekers will be put on this queue. So this, of course, isn't not really miserable or not really not really miserable, but still miserable. uh, so maybe for this queue is fresh graduate, and for this queue is for like um uh, disabled people, and then
Mm,
um people no, not people, I guess. Okay, so yeah, you get it. And then
I think I get it.
this queue will be put in more better queue, like 100K donation. However, for fresh graduates or for those who are not really urgent, the
Mm,
donation uh, value isn't really as big as this third queue. Maybe they will got 25K. And yeah, that's what I mean, Ran.
I see. Understand. Okay. Mm, go
Okay,
on.
let's go back to the YouTube video.
Right. So the loading.
Okay,
So this is
so
after.
yeah, so the you as a donor
Mm,
chooses the highest donation, minimum donation, which is 100K. And so the system will look for miserable people, the most miserable people in that 100K queue. All right.
okay.
And then you wait for a while, and the system gives you the recommendation. In the recommendation, of course, is the profile of the job seeker. In this profile, there will be no picture, there will be no name, no gender, no age, and no religion. And as you might guess already, it is because to avoid some kind of stereotypes to, other parties. And then
Mm,
what we know from this profile is just that he is a web developer and his conditions like um, deaf, and then hasn't worked for 3 years, and his mother is sick.
mm. All right.
And let's say Randia is pitiful with him, and he work him out. He click this button. Okay. And wait,
Can you stop for a
and
second?
oh,
Go
okay.
back for a little bit.
All right.
So the the profile part is anonymous. Must be anonymous, or you can set it as non-anonymous.
I think for now it should be anonymous, but if there are
Oh.
if there is a condition like, oh, maybe it would be better if there it isn't anonymous. So yeah,
Mm.
the feature will change. That's it, Ren.
Oh, I see. So, I mean, makes sense. It doesn't make sense, right? You have some kind of profile, but it doesn't have anything in there. Like, why put jenis kelamin, umur, and agama if you don't need to show that if you have it
Oh,
anonymously,
in
right?
here, of
I mean,
course,
if it's
in
just, uh,
it is just a prototype, of course.
yeah,
So
this
yeah,
is just a nitpick
demonstration.
on UI,
Yeah.
but I think, well, you don't need that actually. Yeah. Okay, go on then.
Okay. So Randia work him out. Not work him out
Mm-hmm.
actually. It is Randia employs him,
Mm-hmm.
and he said to him, "Hey, can you make me a website? I will pay you 100,000 rupiah. But if
Mm,
it is very good, I could give you a bonus up to 1 million rupiah. Also,
mm,
I will give it a review." And let's say the job seeker agrees with the deal.
mm.
After that, maybe 1 month later, the job
1 month.
seeker uploads his work in the platform, like so. So there is this, picture, and there's also a description, and Randia as a donor could accept it if he thinks it is good enough. And when he clicks this button, which is accept, the salary will go to job seeker bank account.
Mm,
Um, and Randia could give him a bonus, also review, and that's it.
mm.
That's how it works. Yeah.
For a for a donor, right? This is, what do you think? Basic. Oh yeah, everyone. I forgot to mention this because he left the Zoom meeting for a while there. But we have another friend who joined us. His name is Andra Octavian. What do you think, Andra, about this Adil presentation
Well,
and
I
about
think
Ayo
the
Kerja?
idea is really wonderful, right? I mean, it helps, kind of uh, disabled people that that are underestimated by the society usually. But
Mm-hmm.
in this platform, we can leverage those people to be able to be productive.
Mm,
Sorry, and yeah, still there is an essential question for Adil,
mm,
Okay.
and I think so uh here it works like the donator posts about the job desk, and the seeker will accept it, right?
Uh, all right. So you mean that the donor give him a jobs description, and the job seeker has to accept it. That's what you ask me.
Yeah, it is like that, right? And then what if the work has been done, but the donator sorry the donors do not pay what they are supposed to pay
Okay, so
to
maybe he
the
forgot, right?
seekers.
Like maybe he forgot, or maybe he is dead, right?
for example, maybe what Andra means, this is hasil kerja, right? This is the work done being sent to us, right?
Yeah.
This, for example. What if they put tidak terima, but they still copy their source code or something like that?
Oh,
It's not
actually,
a,
there are a mechanism
oh,
to
there we.
solve
Mhm.
this problem. For example, maybe there is a third party who will judge whether the work has been done or not. And this third party has a core value to,
Hmm.
this app's core value is to help each other.
Hmm.
So the third party will will judge whether the work is good enough or not.
I see.
Okay. Maybe it is quite complicated. For what I think, the third party could judge whether this work is worth to post it on his portfolio, in his portfolio. If it is decent enough, then even though the donor didn't accept his work, then the donor could just accept it to the job seeker, and that's how it works. Also, there is another way to solve this. Maybe let's say the job seeker has uploaded to to upload his work in the platform, and then the donor doesn't accept it. Now, Ayo Kerja could post the work in timeline, in the platform timeline, and it asks another donor whether this work is decent enough to put on CV according to the donation value. Donation, if most of the vote, so those donor will vote whether this is decent enough or not. If it is, if most of the donor votes for decent enough, then the money will goes to the job seeker and not otherwise. That's how the mechanism, one of the mechanism that I think will work.
So yeah, I think so it backs to the implementation of mechanism, right? So one way to do it is just the job seeker will give the money first, maybe to the platform first to ensure safety. To ensure safety, to make sure that the work's been done first, and we accept that first, and then after that, after we all agree, and then the money will be sent to the job seeker from donor.
So the donor should pay first. And it will anticipate the donors could ignore to pay the seeker or the maker of the project.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. I already got it right now.
Okay.
So do you want to show us from the perspective of the job seeker? This is from the donor, right?
Okay.
So
here's from the job seeker's perspective. It is simpler for job seeker, I guess, and I think it has been imagined by okay, just I just saw it. So first, the job seekers, of course, should register to the platform. Wait. And he fill up the profile data like name, profession, and current conditions. And after he has done it, he could go into the search engine. He could enter the search engine, and after he entered the search engine, he just has to wait. Hopefully, if we have so many donors, then he will be able to work faster. And let's say he got a work from a donor, and so he will discuss what will the work be. And of course, if the job seeker disagree with the donor, he could click cancel. However, if he agrees, then he will get the money. And then he submits the work and wait for donor's feedback. And
Mm.
if it has done, if I mean the donors has give him the work and accepted his work, and then the donor, the donor could, I mean the donor also gives him review. So
Mm.
in the portfolio page of this job seeker, he could see it. Like for example, this one, the picture, and also the review. Yeah, I think that's how it works.
All right. That's very interesting, I would say.
Yeah,
From the
that is good.
hmm. Hmm. Gotta ask this. About that first bit. Like you searching for web developer, right? I know it could be anything else. Like for example, video content creation, or maybe, graphic designer, etc., etc. How do you like? Maybe Andra asked this before, but how do you put the job scope from basically for simple video create to a whole movie creating stuff? So how do you manage going to manage that?
Well,
Like,
for now, it is. I know it is just my assumption, but I
mm,
think it is between the donor and the job seeker for the job scope. That's what I think.
I mean, for example, if I want to make a full-blown movie set, and put in donor sticker one, uh well, I mean, how job seeker will. Also, job seeker can cancel their interaction, right?
Yes, of course.
From the job seeker. I
I
see.
mean, the job seeker can cancel the donor offers if he thinks that the salary is too low or there will be a bonus or so on.
Hmm. I think, well, I mean, it's pretty good. The edge case is pretty niche actually, and it's not that bad. You cover that by cancel from the job seeker perspective or the donor can donor actually cancel it after they pick one of the job seeker?
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like,
Oh,
for
is it?
example, like,
Okay. Please give me your example.
for example, I accidentally picked one of the job seeker, but I know that he doesn't really, well, I mean, it's anonymous, yes, but for example, let's just say the conversation has gone sour. For example, I want to make a full blown set of movie, but the job seeker just want to only can do some kind of video editing stuff. So how, from the donor perspective, how would you cancel that?
Okay, so the donor could just um, cancel it. And
Yeah.
the core value
He.
of this
Mm,
platform is helping each other. Okay,
mm,
so from what I heard, from your word, is that making a whole blown movie is professional stuff, not for.
yeah.
And if somehow the donor and the job seeker somehow mismatch, then I think, like the third party will come and then they will adjust whether it is, the job seeker work, is it appropriate enough to put on CV or not? If it is
Mm,
appropriate, then accept the payment. Not,
mm,
then just give back the money to the donors.
I see. Hmm. I mean, well, okay. That's cool too. This is actually, I'm here's what I think about this whole platform, right? So first of all, it's not for this basically donor choose job seeker, right?
The donors not really choose, but recommended. Yeah.
Yeah,
choose,
recommended and then choosing, right?
yeah.
I mean, well, if we rotate our perspective, we can say, we can actually have platform that job seeker choose donor.
Oh
But
my
it
God.
doesn't. Yeah, I mean, like, I mean, that
But
donor could
I
have
think the platform Adil wanna create looks like LinkedIn instead.
LinkedIn. What do you
Um.
mean, under?
I mean, LinkedIn.
Wait. I think I got a guess. Okay. Please. Pardon.
All right, sure. What do you, Andre? What do you mean? Let's form our question before he comes back. I think, in sense of this platform, it is good, but this is just from the job. I think the most benefit is, yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's like the job seeker perspective.
And
Would be the most
the
benefit.
point is that Adil tries to meet some job seekers to employer. That's it.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it's kind of like that, to be honest. It's not like job seeker could choose his donor. It's more like a donor could only can choose his job seeker, basically, from what I saying. Okay, Adil, are you still having guests there over there?
It turns out it is my brother, my little brother,
I
and yeah, it's kind of heboh. What is heboh?
Loud.
Kind of, yeah, loud. Yeah.
Loud.
Okay, I have just this little tiny bit question. How do you quantify miserableness, or the one who desperate or need the most for your
Okay.
algorithm?
Okay. Good question, and yeah, that's also one of the things that I'm really confused about it. Okay, so maybe like going back to this.
Like I see the part when you have, my mother is sick once. How do you, if I have my mother sick one, and then there are the person who have, I need to help my family and stuff, which one do you choose as the more miserable or desperate ones?
Okay. Um. Okay. What your question is about how to confirm whether this is true, right? That's our question, right?
Not no. The question is not about how, if it's true or not. It's more like, if there are people who are desperate or not desperate, how do you choose the one who's the most desperate ones?
Okay. For
Because you
now,
say for now.
for fresh graduate and maybe below, yeah, somehow some kind of fresh graduate, they will be put in lowest donation minimum value for and then maybe in the one step higher of the minimum donation value, it is for those who are hasn't worked for 2 years, 5 years, and so on. Like 2 years he hasn't worked, or maybe 2 years he hasn't worked. And then in the next step, in the next part, is for disabled people. And in the highest, okay, so there are four queues. There are four queues in here. That lowest one is for fresh graduates. The second lowest is for those who hasn't worked for more than 2 years, and the third lowest is for disabled people, and the highest part is for those has urgent needs, such as sick or maybe pregnant or having, yeah, it is very urgent. The highest queue is for those who are urgent.
So
Oh,
it means fresh graduates will have less chance one day.
Pardon,
last
can you repeat?
So the fresh graduates will have less chance to get the job, then disability people will not they?
Oh, it depends, Andra. For example, the lowest donation the lowest minimum donation value is maybe 25K. And the donor somehow only able to pay for 25K. So yeah, the donor will choose uh, fresh graduate queues instead of um, disabled people's queues. So
Mm.
in the end, it depends on the ability of the donors. If the donors wants to help fresh graduates, then he goes for graduate for 25K. If the donors want to help disabled people, then he goes for 75K, the third lowest. I think that's how it works.
Oh,
So
okay.
let me just put this straight. So there are two types of queue. All right. The first one is the money part, the money donation part. You can choose between 25, 50, 75, and 100K, or maybe some other number
Yeah.
of money that we donate.
Yes.
And out in their queue, in that respective queue, they are. Then you got a queue based on priority, like the urgent need ones, they have the most highest priority, and
Agency,
the
yeah.
fresh grade, yeah, the urgency one, and then the lowest one is the fresh graduate, or even the more lowest one is just a guy who have just want to use it for fun or something like that. But
Yeah.
basically that's how it works, right? uh, the queue divides between the money and the urgent, the priority part. So basically that's how it works. Is that how
Yeah,
it works, Adil?
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Exactly.
It's as clear as crystal.
Yeah.
Now you tell you before you asked me about not ask me, you confirming that I was asking about how do you know the desperate ones, right? Now how would you answer about that?
Okay. I definitely should cooperate with the government, especially for ID card number for each
Mm-mm.
users, and then I could
Then,
work with tax government and looks at other NPWPs and PWP and
oh,
NPWPs.
I see.
Yeah, if
For
somehow
what?
the
Taxpayer
tax,
number.
yeah, if somehow the tax, there are he hasn't paid tax for maybe two
Taxes, yeah.
years or 3 years, we could say that he is a jobless people for 3 years if he hasn't paid taxes.
Oh,
And then for fresh graduate, yeah, that's how it works. Okay, for how long, how it work, for how many years he hasn't worked, and then
isn't it hard to get the data that if he or she
yeah,
has paid taxes or not from the government?
that's why
Mm. I thought how to verify is just if you have a KISS card, like Kartu Indonesia Miskin card, and you can verify
oh
it in your
yeah,
platform.
maybe that's
that's
also
that
that also works,
kind of like that.
that
Yeah.
will also work, but
Mm.
I'll think about it later. Okay, I'll think
Yeah,
about
but
it later. And
of
of course,
course.
for disabled people, he should uh give a hospital keterangan, apa itu, hospital
Uh,
letter
for like letter.
recommendation, I don't really know,
No.
approve, like
Yeah, a letter
approve,
from doctor, I guess,
yeah, a letter
that he
from
is.
doctor or from a hospital to confirm that he's really sick. And for urgent,
Mm.
I think
Yeah, but urgent.
yeah, for urgent, now that's very hard. I think if it is sick, like this one, I think, yeah, go to hospital and ask it. And for pregnant, he can also do that. And yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's how it works. Yeah, go to
What
hospital.
do you think, Andra, about this verification system?
Yeah. it's so complicated, right?
Yeah,
But
this is a problem that he need to address, basically.
yeah, yeah, it,
Come
it
on.
needs to address because we cannot think in just one perspective, right? We should think about others, how if someone cannot meet the minimum requirements. So yeah, we should consider it. Like yeah,
Mm,
the about yeah. So if someone doesn't pay tax for several years, so yeah, they don't deserve to get a job today, Adil.
Yeah, actually for the hasn't worked part, jobless period part, it is still I'm still thinking about it. I'm and one way to solve it is through your through that suggestion that I have mentioned.
all
Okay,
right.
okay.
Well, it's fun and all. How this is just a proof of concept, right?
Yeah.
And you are, so what you plans right now in this context of startup this platform? What position are you in right now? Are you
Okay.
searching for investor, or just want to get recognition first, or do you have, yeah, what kind of plan do you have right now in this?
Okay. So um a few weeks ago I have talked about this idea to many people,
Mhm.
and including CTO, a chief technology officer, and yeah, and they think that this idea is great. Okay, it is worth to realize. But every people that I discussed with, they
Mhm.
said the same thing. I have to validate this idea, and then in this stage of right now, I
Mhm.
am validating this idea. And what I have done is that I create a post, like what I have showed before. Um, After I don't really know actually. Um, with I'm I don't know. My supervisor said that I should uh, you know, gather 50 or 100 to 100 early adopters. And
Mm.
if that happens, I got that, I got those numbers, I will go into the next stage, which is
What?
execution
Mhm.
part. So after validation parts, I will go for execution parts. And in execution part, I will look for um, members. I will look for people who are good enough to help me,
Mm.
um, like product manager and engineers and so on. And maybe I said this to them. Hey, what you join my startup? I am um, I will pay you with my own money, but don't expect too much. But please join my startup, and because of you has joined my startup, I could convince the investors to invest in this startup. So after I got money for the investor, then I could pay you guys. I will say something like that. Yeah, um,
Mm.
that's what will happen.
Yeah, it's interesting how we should struggle to kind of um attaining one step to another. For example, like we should reach the first stage called validation stage, right?
Yes.
Yes, like as Adil has said, just search 200 seekers at least, and yeah, we can then we can continue to other step called execution and so on. Yeah, so yeah, we should stand on it to come up with our idea.
Mm,
Yeah, true.
I mean, true. How long do you want to wait for this validation part?
Okay,
Are you, yeah, in 6 months, maybe 1 month or 2 months, maybe? Like,
okay,
how
okay,
long do
Ren.
you want to wait in this part?
Okay, Ren. So,
Like,
I open, I learn in LinkedIn Learning
yeah, are
about
you
how
use
to
that,
create a
huh?
startup,
Okay.
how to create a startup.
Uh, I
Like
think I
like so. Have you got this LinkedIn Learning, Ren? I'm wondering. This is from
no, not yet.
University of
I mean,
Indonesia. Yeah.
oh yeah,
So
it's free, right, from your but
yeah.
no, I haven't.
So I watched this course, and there is one interesting things, in business.
Hmm.
So it turns
Yeah.
out that investors are looking for obsessed founders, and you might know what is obsessed. Okay, what is obsessed? And this obsessed word is actually, I think, a new buzzword in business. So
Obsess, you mean like,
obsessed, yeah, obsessed,
like, yeah. Basically, like, wanting something excessively. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah. So uh, investors are looking for obsessed people instead of passionate people, passionate
What's the
founders.
difference?
Okay, so passionate is enjoying what you do, you know. However,
Right.
obsessed is wanting that idea to happen. You're really eager to make the result happen, to make your dream come true.
Mm,
You are obsessed with the result. You want it happen. You want it to be in real life. That's
mm,
obsession. Okay. And in fact, uh, Mr. Beast, Jimmy Donaldson,
yeah.
I saw in one of his podcasts that he has a student, he has a pupil, and this pupil must have four characteristics, and one of them is obsessed, not passionate, but obsessed. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you have to become obsessed with the idea. You want to make it happen. And back to your question about how long this validation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, uh, this test my obsession level. Okay, like do I really want to help those jobless people? That's the question, right? Uh,
Mm.
that's the dream, to help jobless people. And because I'm trying to be obsessed, I have to realize that idea, even though it will take me years. So yeah, I think I will try to validate it, even though it will take me years. If the
So,
validation part has passed, then I could go for execution part. I think
Yeah,
that's your
so
answer.
well, I think the obsessed work would be similar with the strong determination that you have.
Yeah, it is synonymous, I guess.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
right. How do you know if you see, you said that it could take years, right? I want to know, like, how would you acquire the end result? Like, how do you know it is a success? How do you know if it's a failed one?
Or simply just look at the early adopters. If validation part is success,
Yeah.
is defined as success. if it has many early adopters. Yeah, I think after that, I could go on to the next step. And along that way, let's say I have waited for this post. It turns out that after 1 week, I have 0 early adopters. Then I'll private chat many people from many place. Maybe I will go to Reddit to post it in there.
I see.
Yeah, I
Well,
think I will post
it,
it.
I mean,
It is inappropriate.
yeah, but I mean, hear me out. So, you basically, the metrics for your success is right now is your early adopter, right? How many?
Yes.
Like imagine like 100% maybe who wants to be early adopter. Uh, how do you know if projects, for example, is going well in the worst case? How do you know if it is not good enough?
Oh, okay. So you mean that it turns out that the market doesn't need this platform,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. How do you know if it's
Okay.
if it's not
Yeah,
good enough?
I don't really know. Okay, maybe you're right. Maybe this idea is stupid, and it is just my
Not
delusion.
really.
Yeah. Actually, you are telling me the truth, so it's fine. Yeah. So
I mean, mhm.
so
I
if
thought
it
I was thinking if actually like in 1 year, if there are no at least 50 early adopter, I will consider it as a fail. Or maybe if there are many people who told you that this project is not that good or that great because of maybe some form of suggestion or feedback like that, some form of criticism, maybe I will consider that as something to be worked on to or fail to. I mean,
yeah.
I was expecting answers like that, but
Okay.
what do you think, Andre?
Good questions, and yeah. If I
Hmm.
got criticism, then like, oh my God, it has a bad consequence. Like so, and yes, maybe I will stop or something like that. But if it is like literally nobody use it, literally nobody want to become early adopters, then I would have, you know, then I assume that maybe the the society aren't educated yet, and because of that, I will do job charity to jobless people, maybe to my friends, and then I will post it on LinkedIn on daily basis. Like maybe every time someone has done the job charity, I will publish it on LinkedIn and say like, "Hey, I've done job charity. This is like. Please, I have an idea to make a platform for this kind of action, and please become an early adopter of the platform." Like so for over years, I guess. That's what I will
So
do.
do you mean that your project will not be profit for years before it will have a bunch of um, millions members?
Okay. Um, uh, your question is that I created the platform and nobody use it. That's uh, and it won't be profitable for me. That's what you mean, right, Andra?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So if you don't know, there is this concept of minimum viable product, and I won't make the platform. I won't make the platform unless I have 50 to 100 early adopters, and because of that, um, there will be no risk for me if I make the platform. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Very interesting, I would say. Well, all right. Well, I think it's pretty. The validating part is pretty. I think the most. This is just my personal opinion, but since this is a website, a platform, website platform, not something like creating like a bridge, or maybe just like creating a car or something like that. I think you can do it midway while you validating. While you're validating, you can just make a prototype more sophisticated than just Figma. This is Figma, right? What you
Yes,
show in your
of
video.
course.
Yeah, like made a prototype of consisting a server, and then just basically interactive ones, more interactive than just a Figma. Just a proof of concept, probably mid part
Oh,
of
so I literally make the platform. That's what you mean, right?
yeah,
Like in the minimum,
maybe
in the minimum ways, in the minimum viable
a
ways.
minimum way. You don't need to put much detail on it, but I think it's good if you can create like a prototype and then post in LinkedIn
Oh yeah.
midway.
Oh
Since
yeah.
you know, like you said, you validating is going to be pretty a long time. I mean,
Oh
in
right.
more than 3 months or 6 months. Yeah, I think it's a good way to do it.
Okay. Okay. I
Well,
get it.
it
Yeah.
is fun.
Okay. So you mean instead of oh, so you mean um while I'm validating,
Mhm.
I educate society by doing my own job charity and post it on LinkedIn. And while doing that,
Yes.
I also make the minimum viable product of the platform. So people will use it. That's what you mean, right?
Yeah. Yeah. But if you choose more focus on validating, you can always do this. Is why marketing is important. You can do something like Reddit, social media like Twitter. You create a account Twitter for Ayo Kerja platform, and then you
Oh,
can make an Instagram page,
yeah,
Facebook
yeah.
page. Yeah, I think if you are serious about this, you're probably going to do that, right?
Yeah.
To gather as much as early adopter, if you will.
Yeah,
Um,
landing pages are important enough.
Yeah. Like landing pages are important too.
yeah,
Like if you open up.
it is basically the 2080 in
Hmm.
a platform.
Yeah, I think it's nice to brush up some your computer science skill first, right?
Yeah, indeed,
Since
indeed, indeed. Good idea,
I mean,
actually. Yeah,
yeah, I
so
think it's fun. Well, I think that's all for me about the question about Ayo Kerja platform. Anything else from Andra?
Yeah, I support ayokerja.com, and I'm
dot
sure
com.
I
No, not
will.
yet dot com, man. Not yet dot com. I don't really know.
Oh yeah, about that.
Okay.
Sorry, I know I said it. This is I not have question, but this is not a non-profit. Non-profit. This platform will be non-profit or will be profit.
Okay, so
Not
I think
company
it
like
will work
platform.
exactly like Kita Bisa, And in Kita
So it's
Bisa,
non-profit.
uh in Kita Bisa, they take 5% of the donation if it
Huh?
isn't
Oh,
if it isn't yeah, yeah,
Okay,
seriously.
I
okay,
just
okay.
know that. So okay. I just
Yeah,
okay.
they take
Wait,
5%.
5%? That's so big. This is kita bisa means it's for profit company, I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean every time you donate, your 5% of money will, I think, or what I understand, 5% of your money will be go for Kita Bisa.
Wow.
Unless it is a donation from a natural disaster or for, I don't know, I forgot the other exception.
Right. Well, I certainly don't know that kita bisa is taking a cut. Well, I mean, I guess it's reasonable because they have sites running in and they need money for their server. But all right. Well, what do you think, Adil? Do you will take cuts for your platform?
Um, yeah,
Probably, yeah.
yeah, more,
Yeah, probably.
it has to. I mean, who would pay? Maybe the government. I don't know. Just look,
All right.
look, just look forward for it. Just look forward
I
for it.
see.
So
Well,
yeah, I think yeah, Adil will make profit, but the most important thing to do first is that how to collect a lot of fish, more and more, so that if the platform is full of fish, Adil will make profit way more easily. For example, like
uh,
they could add some Glenn's Glenn advertisements in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
mean
Maybe,
I put an
but I
ad
don't
in
know.
my I put an ad in the web in the website, an advertisement?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
For
Could be
I
later,
don't
I
know.
guess.
I don't know yet. Okay, okay.
Well, I mean, basically, you want some kind of investor, giving the money for first time. But I mean, I think the first thing you need is early adopter, right? Like, I mean,
Yes.
you gather people first and then charge them money if you want. This is just kind of a normal
Business
company
model.
business model, right? You gather people first and then you charge them, like Gojek, like at first they have discount on everything. Now they have some
Yeah.
obscure discount, like uh discount to 70% up to 20K. What the hell is that? I mean, so bad today. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that, right? You want to gather people first and then you probably going to take a cut on the profit in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, it's back to validating stuff. You need to make your platform has more presence in internet.
Actually, for those business model, I
Hmm?
think I will consult it with some CEO, maybe CEO.
The city. How about that CTO from your
He's a
promoter before?
CTO, man, and he's an CEO. It is uh you know of course they are different. It is for technology, but for business
Oh
model, I
yeah,
guess it is for chief executive officer.
right. Have you considered making a business plan, like a business proposal, like in like a document and stuff?
Yes, yes, of course I will make one. But
You will make
after I validate, of course.
after you validated. All right, maybe well, sure then, I guess. Since if you want to gather up investor, you need some kind of business plan, that document that you will
Yes,
proposal, if
yes,
you will.
yes,
Do you want to show them, right?
yes,
But yeah,
definitely.
I think that's good enough. All right, that's all from me, I guess.
Hey, for
Anything
example,
else,
like
Andre?
so for example, the case when I want to earn some money,
Yeah.
and the only skill I have is that drawing.
uh,
I could draw uh engineering concept. So guess could I join your platform to get some job?
Of course you can, of course.
Okay, maybe I will be in trial.
Oh yeah, yeah. Please, please, please become the early adopter.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
No, I thank you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
sure then. All right. I think we today for today's podcast, I think we had enough. All right. Thank you, Adil, for your topic today is about your new startup. I hope your startup going well in the
I mean.
future. I hope. Yeah, I hope we get big. Hey, who looks to show
Hey.
up?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
just showed up.
Sorry for
No
mic up.
problem. No problem. No problem.
Right. Yeah. So that's it about today's podcast. Next week, is going to be switch. Adil will be the host. I will be the guest, and Andra will still be audience. Maybe in later weeks, Andra will be the guest who talks about the topics and stuff like that. All right.
Right.
So see you guys in the next week podcast. Later.
Okay. Hello. Bye, guys.
Okay, thank you for